everybody. Kelly Acheson at AStampAbove.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. Today I have a really cute card to show you. I'm using the Balloon Adventures bundle, and isn't this fun? It's a super easy card using the dies a little differently than what they were intended, and I always like to do that because it makes my investment a little more versatile, so I can do a lot of different things with the same die. I'm going to adjust my camera here and show you exactly how I made this card. So these are the layers that I'll need to make the card. I've got a piece of Watermelon Wonder, and this is 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half and burnished on the edge. I've got two white pieces that are 4 by 5.25, a piece of the Carried Away Designer Series paper that's 3 3/4 by 5. And let me show you a little bit of this paper. Really fun. It's just got some fun designs. It has hot air balloons all over it. It's meant to accompany our Lift Me Up bundle. So we've got some sides that are neutral and some sides that have hot air balloons and all kinds of fun little images on them, clouds. And this is a free pack of paper with Celebration. You get 12 by 12 pages of each design that's double-sided. And then I've got a scrap piece of Peekaboo Peach, and this is just 4 1/4 by 5.5. Okay, let's get started. I am using the Balloon Adventures stamp set, and it also has balloon pop-up thinlits that match. So you can get both of these in a bundle for a savings. And this is the die that we are going to be using on this card, and then also this little bow. And I see I've left a piece of paper stuck in there. So let's get that out. Okay, there we go. And that means that I am going to need a little scrap of Watermelon Wonder to make my bow also. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I am going to put my die on my piece of Peekaboo Peach, and I'm going to run this through my Big Shot. And then I'm also going to put this little bow on my Watermelon Wonder and do the same thing. So I'll be right back. And all of these just pop right out of here. Super simple. They don't stick in these dies. So that's really nice because sometimes that's so annoying, right? And then I've got all of these popped out for this one. I'm going to put this little die away before I lose it. We all know how that is, right? And then we're going to do some stamping. So I've got Night of Navy ink here. And the banner that's in the Balloon Adventure set, I'm just going to stamp that on the banner right here. There we go. I got it a little high. So one of the nice things about having two sides to a piece of cardstock is we can turn it over and just do the other side, right? And that's what I'm going to do. So let's try that again. And we're much more successful this time. Yay! Next, I've got the Let's Celebrate, and all of these stamps come in this one stamp set. And I'm just going to stamp that right in the middle here. There we go. Isn't that cute? I love that font. You guys know, if you've watched me before, I am a font girl. And then we're going to take our paper snips and we are going to cut this apart. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you know that this can go on the inside of a card as a pop-up. That's what it's intended for. But I am going to use it on the front of my card and not as a pop-up. So I am just cutting away the pieces I don't need. And then when I come in here to this banner, I'm just going to come down in here and cut that. Cut this little edge off. Oops, I got a little shaving there I gotta get off because I got a little jerky with my scissors. And then I almost cut my balloon string, so I'm on a roll today, right? I know, you guys know this stuff doesn't go perfect, does it? If you want perfect, you're in the wrong business. But we have lots of love, right? Lots of love with our handmade cards. Okay, so I've got this done. I'm going to use just a little bit of liquid glue, and if you saw my tip video on using the sponges, let's just do that because that's, I saw my plate yesterday. There it is. Here's that little plate. Oh, look, it's got all kinds of bits of cardstock on it. You just pour a little bit of glue in here, and I'm going to maybe get my sponge off of here. Well, this is certainly fun. Okay. Okay, so, oh, that's a little tacky. Okay, here we go. That's fun. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on there with my sponge, and then put this on my die cut. Just let me move that a little bit. There we go. That's an easy way to put your glue on little tiny pieces, and especially stuff that's really intricate too. It's really helpful. And next I'm bringing in another scrap of Watermelon Wonder, and I'm going to stamp 3 balloons. The bouquet balloon punch matches this stamp set also. So if you have this and you decide to get the Balloon Adventures bundle, you will be ready to rock. If you don't, you might want to consider it because it is a very nice balloon stamp. I mean, punch. Very nice balloon punch. I've used it a lot, let's put it that way. Okay. I was really surprised at how easy this card was to make. It's quite quick, and it, you know, usually your more spectacular cards look like they're going to take a long time, and they're hard and cumbersome and oh my. But let's see if I can get my balloon on there straight. This one was actually pretty simple. And next we are going to, this isn't very helpful. I'm almost out of dimensionals here. I've got some more in a drawer over there, but I'm just going to use up this little pack right here. And do you guys use your edges like this? I use every single bit of dimensionals I can. So I always use up my edges too. Okay, here we go. I'll clean up those backings later. You know, they usually end up on the floor. I just vacuumed those, so my stamp room is in pretty good shape. All right, here we go. We're gonna put this right here, and I put mine at an angle. You can do yours however you would like. And then I'm going to put some glue on the back here and glue this to my white layer. And I like the navy blue designer series paper with the white behind it because it really makes it pop once we get it onto our card base. But before we do that, I needed some bling up here in the corner just to make it a tiny bit more spectacular. And I am going to cut myself a piece of that. And then I'm also going to use our thick white baker's twine. And I know to make a decent bow, I need about that much. So it's double the length of your card. That's a really good way to gauge it. I might end up cutting a little bit off here, but you get a lot of baker's twine on a roll, so I'm not too concerned about it. I'm just gonna hold my baker's twine over, maybe, over top of my sequins and use a stapler to staple those right in place, okay? And now I'm going to tie my bow. So it's all held in place really nice. And remember the tip I told you about hanging on to the looped ends when you're bringing your bows down and making them nicer and a little bit smaller? If you hang on to that, they won't curl up funny like they tend to like to do. So do you think I should cut some off? I think I'm going to leave those tails right on there. I think that looks nice. Here goes some glue. Remember, less is better with this glue. It really will not fall apart, but you don't want to use so much glue that it's making raised bumps on your layers, like you glued a worm under there. That's the way I think about it. You glued a worm under there. We don't want it to look like there's any worms under the front layers or the inside layers of our cards. Okay, next. I know I got out my Watermelon Wonder ink pad. Do you guys see it anyplace? What did I do with it? Hey, Steve. Did I bring an ink pad in there? Oh, I'm searching all over for it. Oh my gosh. So my husband just got a new phone and he's like all over asking me, how do I do this? And what do I do there? And he has a Samsung Galaxy and I used to have one a few years ago, but I don't anymore. So it's like, I don't know what you're supposed to do. So anyways, I left my ink pad in there. So I'm searching everywhere for it. That was crazy, right? Okay, there we go with our greeting. And again, this comes right in that stamp set. And then I like to decorate the insides, right? And then we have this cute little string. And while most people would think it only goes like this, I like to put it with the curl at the top. And that would be the little string that hangs off, right? When you tie a string on a balloon. So there we go. Another spectacular, fun card using this Balloon Adventures bundle. That was pretty simple to make, right? This is totally duplicatable. And I love the colors. I chose my colors based on what's in this designer series paper. So remember, this paper, you get a whole pack of it for free when you place a $50 order. So if you're interested in doing that or you need some supplies, hop on over to my blog, astampabove.com. You'll find an order online button in the right column. And if you don't have our current catalogs, I'd be happy to send them to you. Just pop me an email at kelly@astampabove.com. Make sure that when you do that, you give me your address. A lot of people will email and say, Kelly, can you send me some catalogs? And then crickets. I'm like, yes, I can, but I need your address. So make sure you give me your full name and address so that I can do that. I would be happy to do that for you. And last but not least, let's decorate up that envelope. So I am going to, again, I'm still using the stamps that are in the stamp set. Open Me Already. And since I stamped that in blue, I am going to need to make my balloon watermelon, right? Because I don't want blue and blue and blue and blue. So I'm going to do watermelon and do my string watermelon. There we go. This is ready to go in the mail. Can't wait to send that out. Add a sparkle to someone's day and send them a card.